And they pursued him and caught him and cut off his thumbs and big toes.
My grandma and my brother and my sister, they're like, why are you going out with a white woman?
When Javon came, they treated him like they would anybody else.
I didn't have Jesus in my life when I was younger, so it was all that dynamic of the white man's against you, you know, they're going to keep you down, you know, we have to stick together.
I was kind of shocked that I got that from the other side. My family was like, oh, he's handsome.
I don't even think I saw a movie with white people in it when I was younger. We didn't watch It's a Wonderful Life or whatever you watched. I don't know what you watched.
My grandma, she came from a really old school mentality. She grew up in the South, and but her family was a Christian family, and so I mean, she used the phrase Negro as a positive term.
It was just funny because I wouldn't expect her to say it the way she said it, because she said it all nice. Well, little Negro boy.
The way that she grew up and different encounters that she had at that time when race was a major issue, especially where she lived. Her family had these really positive encounters with people who were working on the railroad. So it's kind of amazing how Christ changes things, that there's people there who have the heart of Christ and don't even notice.
And that's a blessing to come to where you just like you accept it for who you are, not because of the color of your skin.
Whether she's cooking chicken or beef or whatever, turnips, it all smells like fish. To a big extent, her family boycotted our wedding. A good number of them just did not come. We didn't follow what they deemed as appropriate protocol. Their objection was that I did not approach them and ask their permission. It wasn't too long, maybe a couple of years before I was accepted. Once they saw I wasn't a threat. I'm a meat and potatoes guy, and the odors that come from cooking Vietnamese food are very strong compared to American foods, and it's a small price to pay for the wonderful qualities that this woman has, and that spans any cultural divides.
In terms of holiday, we have big meal. You know, we always cook a lot of food, you know. And then I remember one time coming to his sister's house for Thanksgiving. They were like, or Christmas, there was like just a pot of soup. And I was like, oh, how are we gonna eat? You know, so I think what I've learned is that I've learned to just learn to accept it. That's where they are. So the year later, I just brought food and we just had a feast and we had a good time. As Christian, we learned to, because his sister is a Christian too, so we kind of learned to kind of blend in our culture together with his.
Oh no, Mom, she's different. She knows how to cook. She knows how to make tortillas.
Nopales is the leaf of the prickly pear. And it's the green, and they chop it up and they do it with pork meat.
I got home from work and my wife, she was so happy. Said, you know, I made you one of your favorite foods, nopalitos con carne. And I saw the nopalitos and she made it with liver.
I made it with liver meat instead of pork.
It was terrible. It was.
It wasn't good.
I couldn't fake it, you know. So we tried to give it to the dog, even the dog didn't eat it, you know. You can imagine how it's really difficult to minister to churches, you know, like Spanish and the English, trying to accomplish the task on reaching out and working together is not being easy. It's hard, but it's worth it because I think the Lord commands us to love one another and to work together in unity to spread the good news.
I really realized in the church here that the whole different cultures that are here, everyone ultimately says our culture is Jesus Christ. We want to make Jesus our main culture and accept our differences. And it's a struggle for all of us because we all have our comfort zone and it's harder to get in, you know, to get into someone else's language and culture.
You know, we can join two cultures, you know, because we are all Christians, but it takes time. It takes surrender. And to take we need to remember our focus.
Let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city. We will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics,
We came to class today. We came back. Thank you, Elia.
the words of the old Negro spiritual. Free at last, Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.